Hey, where's my dog?
Mine is at daycare right now.
It's okay as adults to tell another adult, look, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what's going on. I don't like how you present yourself. And tell them exactly what's bothering you. Because a lot of times in relationships, we don't set a standard. We don't. A friend of mine came on my post and made a comment and said, most black men have issues out of black women. And, he was like, look up the statistics and look up this and that and blah, 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 and all this other stuff.
They feel like once we get the majority, we're going to treat them how they treated us. And what they don't know is we are a compassionate people and we are a people of God. That is why God took us through these curses, because we broke our commandments with God, our covenants with God.
What I'm excited about is the fact that now we have a rivalry going on. We have a rivalry. We have two women, two different schools. One is a predominantly, I'm going to just say it's a predominantly white school, white institution. LSU is a predominantly black institution. But we have this rivalry. What's good with everybody? Fat Boy Chronicles. Glad to be with everybody. Glad everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody coming and hollering at your boy. B, what's good?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Carlson, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, man, every Monday night, 7 p.m. for the What's Next podcast, man. It look like you got more views than me, huh?
Yes, sir.
What happened to the... Never mind.
I don't know what's going on. We having some technical difficulties.
No, not y'all. Baby, that is not a shot.
Okay.
So,
Lord,
I'm doing a special Fat Boy Chronicles today. The reason I'm doing it is because yesterday was a lot of controversy, a lot of things going on yesterday. A lot of stuff was said. A lot of things flew out of people's mouths and keyboard typing and things of that nature. A lot of emotional stuff went on yesterday. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And then towards the end, I have a little something to say to a group of fellas. And we just go kick it off, man. First, I owe people that watch my show an apology. That was unbecoming of me to do all of the stuff I did yesterday, getting in my feelings, going back and forth, coming completely out of my character. That is not me. Although it is me, if I push to a certain point, that certain point was done yesterday. However, I have to be professional. I have a whole podcast. My daughter watches this. My stepdaughter watches this. Everybody in my family watches this. Everybody has seen the episode yesterday. So I owe everybody out there that support everything an apology. My deepest apology to everybody, including the panel as well. So I don't even know where to begin. I'm gonna do a short, condensed version of the situation. Basically, I have an issue with some gentlemen from a podcast called Stay Tuned. Go check that out. They're always on Tuesdays. I forget the time. Y'all know the time?
10 o'clock.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ain't it?
10 o'clock. Okay, 10 o'clock. Go check them fellas out. Good show. I've been on it many, many times. Before the beef, of course. So me and these gentlemen had an issue dating back several months over money. Really, it was really over money. Real petty thing to kind of beef about both ways. More so, I'm gonna speak for myself. I ain't gonna speak for those gentlemen, but it was very petty. Where it went and how it went, I could have handled things completely better. Um, at the same time, I'm a Scorpio by nature. So when I'm feeling a certain type of way, I wear my feelings on my sleeve and boom, I go for it. I dig my heels in. Whatever happens, happens. I don't fear a lot of things, so death is one of them. So whatever action is taken, it is what it is. Especially when I'm angry. But I will say that the situation involving the money could have went a completely different. We could have definitely had conversation. We could have definitely had a whole whatever, whole podcast or off camera or whatever the case is, conversation. However, when that was attempted, I got over angry. I got super pissed off. It went way left. Shouldn't have went way left. I know better. They know better. We're grown men at the end of the day. And that's what's making this situation sad is the fact that we're grown men. Most of us are over the age of 30. I'm actually way over the age of 30. But I still handle things. I'm learning how to handle things a little bit better, but I'm still at that infant stage of handling my anger, handling disappointments and frustrations and different things like that. I'm still learning. I'm still a work in progress. I will say also that I do owe Sharon an apology. Sharon, her show is called The Chocolate Girl, I believe, DJ. Chocolate Writer. Y'all check her out. Great show. I actually follow her on my Spotify. So if y'all got Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff, go follow her.
I apologize. That face was because I'm drinking liquor, not because of the Chocolate Writers
It's all
podcast.
good, bro. It's all good.
On mute.
I owe her an apology because I jumped the gun. Instead of talking to her, I assumed something. I'm not even really sure what I assumed is correct. However, I did make the assumption. I did make the mistake. I did inbox her, and I did say some things to her. It wasn't anything violent of that sort of any kind, but I did say some choice words. She is actually older than me, so for me to do that, that was highly disrespectful of me. So I owe her a huge apology. I know she probably not go see it. I blocked her. She doesn't want to be bothered. Totally respect that, but I do owe her an apology. The situation kicked off yesterday with the gentleman because basically, I seen a video. So I was sent the link. I clicked on the link. I seen the video where these gentlemen were making fun of me or talking about me at the end of their show with a caption above my head talking about I only need $1. That is from a situation I was doing months prior where I was asking for donations for my podcast. A lot of people donated. I appreciate those who donated. The gentleman got mad about a post I made saying if you donated, great. If you didn't, F you, whatever. It wasn't meant towards anyone, didn't tag anyone, but the ones that knew what I was talking about knew what I was talking about. Most of that was relative driven. I just didn't want to tag anybody in the post. Those gentlemen took offense to that. I told them also that it had nothing to do with them. They still took offense to it. And when I seen the video that was sent to me the other day, when I seen it, I blew a gasket because I'm like, y'all trying to slander my name out here, and I'm really trying to build my stuff back up. I had it at a nice level, and I had to stop. Now I'm trying to build momentum back up, which it's rough, but I'm getting there. And but I felt like when that was happening, even though it was a month ago, 2 months ago, I felt like it was really petty only because I haven't talked about these gentlemen at all. I haven't mentioned these gentlemen on my podcast. They have come in the comments a couple times. It's just been ignored. So, you know, I felt some kind of way about that. I hit those gentlemen up. In fact, me and Miss Sharon, I had an issue with her because I felt like if me and Miss Sharon are cool and she sees something like that, I don't feel like she should snicker, laugh, or anything. I feel like she should have said something like, okay, y'all lost me for a second. I'm good? Good? Okay. So we had this beef because of the fact that I felt like she should have spoke up and said something to these gentlemen like, this is unnecessary. Why are you doing this? What is the reason behind this? I don't think it's right. I was told that she has said things like that. I'm not really sure. I'm not for sure that that's even been said. I don't know. I wasn't there when those comments were made from her. But that's where the situation started with Miss Sharon. And then also the recent situation where the gentlemen were coming in the comments that also started due to the fact that I inboxed these gentlemen about the situation. And I'm not going to lie to the folks out there. I did say some very threatening things. I feel like actually it's gone both ways because there's been threats thrown both ways. However, what I did was completely out of line. But like I said, no excuse at all. But when I'm angry, I don't think about it. I just go. So, and that's my impulse. That's how I've always been. It's a mechanism of mine since I was a youngster. I got picked on a lot. So when I feel picked on, I automatically go in. And when I have three gentlemen going at me and it's just me, I feel like I got to defend myself. However, I could have handled that totally different. I didn't. I ended up commenting and inboxing them, and then I blocked them so that I wouldn't have to hear their response to it. I just wanted them to hear what I had to say because I was that angry. I just didn't understand how we went from being cool to whatever the case was about money that was not owed to anyone, that was paid. And, you know, I still felt a way about that situation. So I don't know how we went from there to getting it to here. However, I do take responsibility for my action in it yesterday. I shouldn't have never inboxed the gentleman. And if I was, I should have left it open to where they could defend themselves and say what they had to say. I did not do that. I literally sent the message, blocked them. And that's why the gentleman came on yesterday in my chat talking about, you know, the situation. So that's really the whole situation in a nutshell. It's a lot I'm leaving out. I really don't want to I should put everything out, but I'm not going to do that. But I will say that this show is literally dedicated to what I have to say at the end of this show. So, panel, y'all go ahead. Whoever want to go first.
I'm going last.
What you mean?
Okay.
Wait, hold on. What we here for? What we here to say? This is your show, sir. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh no, I'm really looking for feedback from y'all. That's really why I did the show, because I'm looking for feedback. Because we had a long conversation yesterday. Even Carlson told me we should do a part 2 to this, and this is my part 2. So
The part 2 that I recommended was to have the gentleman on as well, so y'all can actually hash shit out.
Well,
so
that
people
was
can see.
something.
So
Mhm.
people can see, instead of seeing four black men going at each other's necks,
Right.
seeing four black men actually come together and apologize to each other and move on amicably.
That's my son right there.
I
My
agree.
son.
I agree. I tried to make that happen. The gentlemen were busy. But however, okay, we're gonna make it short and sweet then. So to the gentlemen, that is Jay Will, that is King Czar, and that is Joshua Bailey. Gentlemen, I owe you an apology for whatever I've done, whatever I've said. My defense on that situation is I acted out of anger. I was frustrated. I was pissed off. I felt slighted. I felt like you gentlemen uh, went out your way to not only, I'm not going to call it bullying, I'm going to call it troll me. Even after I told you gentlemen, I'm not into that, but you gentlemen proceeded, but I could have handled the situation a whole lot better. So for that, gentlemen, I owe you an apology for the money situation. Whatever that might be, I apologize to you gentlemen for that as well. Um, Also, I apologize to you gentlemen for not being the mature one in the situation and coming to you gentlemen and trying to talk to you first. I reacted. I said some things that I shouldn't have said. I never brought any family or anything into it, but I have made threats towards you gentlemen, and for that I do apologize. So this is my apology to those gentlemen, because at the end of the day, as my boy Carlson was saying, uh at the end of the day, we are black men at the end of the day. And not only that, we're all driving to the same goal. And honestly, deep down, I want to make sure that their show succeeds. I hope it succeeds. I hope they get whatever accolades or whatever they get off of their show, get whatever bag to support their families or whatever the case may be. I wish no malice on anybody. No anything on anybody. And I want to clear that up and make sure that that's understood. At the end of the day, we're going towards a common goal. We don't have to like each other. We don't even have to get along, but we do. And we must respect one another. And the disrespect went out the window on my end. Again, I'm not going to speak for those gentlemen. The disrespect went out the window from my end. And for that, I apologize. So,
Jonathan, hush.
And this is a very short show. I just wanted to do this live because I want to make sure that my apology is out there. If they decide to accept that, great. If not, I totally understand that. They're allowed to have their time to process whatever it is. Uh, and that's it for me.
I I for one appreciate the fact that you are able to take a step back and apologize. I have no clue about. I don't even know these people. I've only
Right,
talked
right,
to them
right,
like once, maybe twice in my entire life. I don't know.
right.
But I know for me to see people in the network beefing with each other, it don't feel good. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's like watching two of your brothers go at it, and you don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I hope that they receive your apology. And like I told you yesterday, like I feel like this should have came way sooner than now.
It should have.
Not to beat a dead horse, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
a lot of time us as men, we have to take a step back because what a lot of people don't realize is that we are very emotional people with each other.
Right. I'm sorry, Carlson. I'm sorry.
That damn BJ.
That was BJ. It was BJ. But go ahead, bro.
Oh, now you done made him mad. He done put his.
Did I make him mad? Oh, my bad, bro.
No,
Go ahead,
I was
B.
trying to figure out what happened. But no, I was just saying that we have to take a step back from our emotions and not automatically just lash out because how we feel in the moment. Because I know for me, a lot of times I'm wrong. I am absolutely incorrect. Right. And now I got to be loud, wrong, and stupid. And I don't want to be that. That ain't what I want to be. That shit feels stupid. I don't want that. So just in the future, I would recommend that. And I really was hoping that the gentleman was going to be on here tonight so we could actually have this conversation.
That way we could hash that out. Yeah.
But I hope they accept it. You know what I'm saying? And shit, like if they don't, they don't. I mean, shit, that's their option. You know what I'm saying? But at least you were mature enough to take a step back and say that you were wrong and you apologize. And a lot of times that's all people be wanting.
Yep. I did take a step back because I was talking about it with a few people this morning. I was really amped and frustrated, and I even seen the comments because I didn't have a chance to really look at the comments, but I had screenshot everything. So when I finally looked at it, it infuriated me more. But then I had to talk with I call him my OG, and he just told me something, and really, Carlson, B, I got to give y'all the love because really a lot of what y'all were saying, he basically said the same thing to me. Which is why I was like, I can't wait till Sunday. I got to do this now because if I don't do it now, I don't know how it's going to come out Sunday. So I wish these gentlemen could have been on here because that way it could have been face to face. I would have even let the gentlemen say what they had to say and what they felt. It wouldn't have been no malice towards me at all. I wouldn't have said anything at all. I would have wanted them to talk and get out whatever they needed to get out. But yeah, I had a long talk with him. He told me some things. He gave me a little game, which is why I double backed and I was like, you know what? Let me just go on out here and throw this out, man. Let me just go ahead and put that out there. Because at the end of the day, I love black people. And I hate to beef with my brother. So I hate beefing with them dudes. I really respect those dudes and what they do. So I hate to beef with them. But at the same time, when I feel slighted, I go right in. But as an because I'm older than those gentlemen, I should have handled my situation better. So that's on me. B, you got anything?
I'm just proud of you for, realizing your part, taking accountability for your part.
Yeah.
Because again, this is all a professional setting. And I'll be honest, like me being, not even knowing you guys and only being on a couple of shows, that was definitely a big turnoff. Because it's like, this is definitely not becoming of gentlemen.
Right.
And what I don't like is what happened yesterday, because then that does support the narrative that black people can't get along with each other.
Exactly.
So my advice to you would be, check your emotions before you react. Let it process first, and then have a private conversation with the person that you have an issue with. Allow them to say what they need to say. If they're upset, they are totally allowed to have that emotion.
Got it.
As so are you. But definitely, I hope that if the gentlemen see this particular recording, that they do accept your apology.
I hope so.
Just, again, just be mindful of what you say. Be mindful of what you do. And definitely just don't loan or don't borrow. Especially if there are not.
Lesson learned. Trust me.
If there's not a 10 year relationship, don't. because it
Yeah,
can be ugly.
lesson is definitely learned.
Yeah, and then just be honest, just
Mhm.
be honest with them and be honest with yourself, But I think that over time they'll see that, okay, well, he's respected us enough to be able to apologize.
Mhm.
Once all of the anger has kind of simmered down a little bit. But
Yeah,
allow them to be in their feelings. If they don't want to
absolutely.
talk to you right now, just give it some time.
Mhm.
When they're ready, be receptive. Because you want
Totally.
them to be receptive of you. And that's just my 2 cents. That's it.
Totally. I totally get it. I understand it. I hate it even had to go there. Carlson is absolutely correct. It should have been handled way before this podcast that I'm doing.
Mhm.
Um, but I say better late than never.
Yeah. And
So
royalty does not act like this.
right.
So you've
Um,
definitely you've got to, if when we're those of us that are in our 40s,
mm,
need to act like it. Because jail is real.
it is. That is for definite sure. It is.
Jail is the only hotel that always leave a light on for you,
That's
my boy.
it.
Man,
And
trying
that's
to tell you.
real.
Trying to tell you. 3 hots in a cot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I'm first of all, I'm too fat to be going to jail. And I got man boobs, by the way. So yeah, I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail.
Okay.
So
Okay.
but you're right, B though. Being in my 40s, I should have known better. Even my OG said that. He's like, dude, you're in your 40s. You're not in your young 30s. Not in your 20s, you're in your 40s now. You got to handle things way differently. You're at the gentleman age
Mm-hmm.
where a lot of things shouldn't even bother your atmosphere. So, in closing, again, I'm gonna tell these gentlemen, that's King Czar, that's Josh Bailey, and that's Jay Will. I owe you gentlemen an apology for whatever money situations we had, whatever disagreements we said to each other back and forth, whatever I said in your inboxes, whatever we are beefing about. I'm apologizing on my end because I should know how to handle things a lot better. All right, y'all. Fat Boy Chronicles, get at me. You know where I be.